Hello YouTube, Outlaw 2747 here, and I haven't made a video in a while. I figured I'd just make one, just a short one, just let you guys know that I'm still alive. I just started my school term again, so it's gonna be kind of hectic. But I just wanted to give a very brief movie review, and I know I'm quite late on this because it's probably already out of theaters or it's limited right now. But the movie Django is awesome. It is just great. I mean, people usually make Quentin Tarantino and awesomeness synonymous, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen every Quentin Tarantino movie, but I will say that usually when Quentin Tarantino is involved with a movie, usually something interesting is going to happen, and Django is no exception. I'll try not to give any spoilers. Actually, I won't give out any spoilers. We'll just say that the main cast is Jamie Foxx, Kerry Washington, Christoph Waltz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, that's an awesome cast right there. You know? I mean, how do you make these five people mesh together? Well, Quentin Tarantino does it. It's amazing. I love this movie. Why do I love this movie? Well, it's not just some generic, oh, this is how black people suffered and, you know, slavery times and everything, although it clearly shows what kind of stuff that black people went through back then. It's also a love story, and the love story, the love story is great. You know, I mean, it's more of a hero love story. It's not so much as I'm trying to get with woman and woman's trying to get with me and all this other stuff. But it's more of like, I have to save her from a very powerful and racist and prejudiced society. I mean, he's basically going up against an entire society if you think about it. Django, which is played by Jamie Foxx, and he gets the help of another person who is not in favor of the current society, which would be Christoph Waltz. You know, he plays the doctor. I can't remember his name offhand already. And I feel bad because he's probably one of the best things in that movie. I feel so bad for not remembering his name. But Christoph Waltz's character, you know, just his mannerisms, the way he speaks, the way he kills. He's a bounty hunter. He's a bounty hunter, and he's damn good at it. I mean, just his mannerisms. His speech, amazing. Love this guy. How can you not love Christoph Waltz in this movie? You know, Kerry Washington plays the damsel in distress, of course. She is the wife of Django, Brunhilde, that needs to be rescued. Then you have the villains. Leonardo DiCaprio playing Mr. Candy. How do I remember his name? I don't know. You know, he plays this really ruthless but yet suave slave master, aka you know, he also conducts mandingo fights. You know, that's when you have two slaves fight each other to the death. And you have Samuel L. Jackson, who plays his right hand man, Steven, who's basically like the old school, like, proto Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. I mean, he's really that bad. I mean, and the makeup they put on for Samuel Jackson is just amazing to play this part. And all these guys, all these characters play their parts very damn well. I mean, it has action, it has emotion, violence. Oh, quite a bit of violence. I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino. I mean, it's gonna have violence. That's just how it is. I mean, it's really hard for me to really tell you much about the movie without spoiling it, and I'm scared to do that. That's why I'm kind of like just going over some of the characters and the setting. The only thing I can say to you guys is go see it for yourself, if it's still out in theaters. I mean, I haven't checked the movie listings yet. I think it's still somewhat popular right now. I know when it first came out, like, people were just pouring in. I waited up to a week after it came out, and I saw the darn movie twice. I mean, it's that awesome. It's very rare that I'll go to the movie theater and spend copious amount of cash on popcorn and soda and, you know, movie tickets to go see a movie again, but I did. It's just that good. Oh yeah, one point I do want to make. I do want to say about Django. And everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I have this thing about opinions where if you haven't experienced anything or you haven't bothered to look into something and you immediately give it a judgment, and remember I did say something about judgments back then, you can make them, but just count on being judged on your judgments. Well, here's the case right here. Spike Lee basically said that Django is offensive to his ancestors. Him being black, for those of you who don't know who Spike Lee is, he's a black movie director, who hasn't made a movie in a very long time. But in any case, he basically says it's disrespectful to his ancestors, and he has no plans of seeing it. And I'm just like, I can see if slavery movies are just not in your genre, or maybe you don't like the actors in them, you know, some sort of reason like that, I can kind of dig, but just saying that is flat out disrespectful. I mean, come on. You have a black guy teaming up with a white guy trying to rescue a black woman from an evil white man and a black man. You know, I mean, there's plenty of victory going on for the black people. I don't see how it's disrespectful. I mean, is it because there's a bunch of white people using the N-word everywhere? You know what? No, as a matter of fact, and I can't stand, I'm probably going to make another rant about the word nigga or nigger. Okay? Forget this whole N-word thing. It's nigger. They say nigger and nigga quite a bit in this movie. And I just don't think that alone should keep you from watching the movie just because these guys say nigger. That's how it was back then. And I mean, and from what I understand, from what people who study, you know, the African American slavery days back then, this movie was relatively tame. Like as far as the violence and the racial prejudice back then, and the use of nigger and nigga. I hear this movie is quite tame compared to what it used to be back then. So I really don't see why people are getting so uptight over the word nigger in a movie which is set, whose setting takes place when nigger was a prominent word back then. That's what black people were. You know, according to the slave masters and the racists back then, they were niggers. That's what they were. I think this movie would be very, very weird. It'd be kind of off if no one said the word nigger. It just really wouldn't feel, I don't know, I'm guessing authentic would be the word. It kind of wouldn't make any sense. I mean, it's amazing what things we are offended by when it comes to movies like Django. I mean, Django is mostly entertainment. It has some funny parts in it. Like I said, because Christoph Waltz is just awesome at what he does, and his mannerisms will make you laugh. Django's naivety about the world around him, you know, all that, and Samuel Jackson's part, hilarious. Okay, friggin' hilarious. Let me stop babbling. Go see this movie. See it, judge the movie for yourself. If you find it offensive after you've seen the movie, okay. I mean, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. And I just really don't see how white people or black people will be offended by this movie. I sat next to a bunch of white people and a bunch of black people both times seeing this movie, and everyone had a ball. Everyone loved it. I mean, they loved the action, they loved the story, they loved the characters. This movie is great. Quentin Tarantino, of course, makes a cameo in there. That's the only spoiler I'm going to give. But then again, if you watch Quentin Tarantino movies, you know most of the time, as far as I know, most of the time, he's going to be in the movie too. So I really didn't spoil anything. Go see it. Get it on DVD when it comes out. Make the judgments for yourself. And above all else, have fun with it. Outlaw 2747. Signing the frig off. And maybe I will be doing a rant eventually on nigger and nigga. I will probably have to do some more research on that word before I talk, because I really don't want to come off as incredibly ignorant and not knowing what I'm talking about. I know some things about the word, but you know, as we all know, words, terms, they evolve over time. And it's good to look at the etymology of those words. So, Anyways, adios amigos. See you later. Outlaw 2747 signing to figure out. I know I did it already, but who cares? Deal with it.